I was at 6 figures and I thought having more clients meant I was growing. We usually think more clients equals growth, but here's where we're wrong. Hey, welcome to the channel. And for those who are new, my name is Shayo Babatunde, a business growth consultant and founder of Ken Blue. And I am on a mission to support passionate, service-based entrepreneurs and their businesses, specifically those who care about the people they serve. And I want to help them to grow their businesses and grow their revenue and increase their impact through our growth blueprint. I've been having lots of conversations as I do, and I was provoked to discuss business growth and how we can start getting it right. I'm going to start by saying business growth is one of those fancy buzzwords that we use that we don't really know what it means practically. It's one of those words we got from corporate that we've kind of adopted into our everyday small business speech, and it's a way for us to just sound like we know what we're talking about, and it makes it sound like we know what we're doing. And I put it together with words like scale and scalability, ROI, CAC, KPIs. We know what they mean in the context of when we use them, but how they practically relate to our businesses, we're not always sure what they exactly mean. Again, that's a whole nother concept. Let's just be honest. But we're still killing it in the business game. We don't actually need to sound corporate to do well. But again, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. I see a lot of people make the same constant mistakes when they're trying to get their businesses to grow. So what is business growth? That's the first thing we got to ask, right? Again, the common idea is that you start a business and maybe you're operating at a loss for the first 6 to 12 months. By month 12, you're making some decent profit. So generally, most people judge growth by revenue. But I know many people who have gone from 0 to 6 to 7 figures in revenue, but failed because they didn't actually grow. So again, what the heck is business growth? I restarted my consultancy after seeing some success in my business in the early days, but I restarted it in 2020. And I was able to go from a couple £100 in the first couple months to 6 figures in revenue within the first 2 years. And I thought I was doing well. I was at 6 figures and I thought having more clients meant I was growing. We usually think more clients equals growth, but here's where we're wrong. When I launched, we had a few service and a team with my business partner at the time. Now we hit a good number really early and we secured a few clients who paid really well. Each project had about 3 months minimum of intense deliverables, and we were a team of 3 to 5. Bear in mind, only 2 of us were full-time. Even though we outsourced a few things, there were too many variables that popped up, and that meant we couldn't deliver the value at the level we wanted to. The other thing was, we had so much on our plate, we couldn't focus on anything else. We could only focus on delivery. So sales, marketing suffered as a result. So while all resources were focused on delivery, there was not enough resource to put towards anything else, and there was nothing in place to build even further. Another option would have been to pay for all of these things, right? But how do you find the right people without the time to do so? How do we find the people we want to kind of help us execute some of these great plans, deal with our marketing, deal with our operations, when we're so busy doing the delivery? This hasn't just happened to me. I worked with a brand where we worked with this lady to help her scale to 6 figures, and things fell flat because the owner burnt out when we got to a place where we were trying to deliver things better, even though we gave her a decent plan to follow. Increase in clients and revenue alone isn't a sign of growth. To be fair, at most, it's a sign of good sales and marketing. The reality is, business growth is about the ability to increase your business's capacity to deliver better and more with less. A more practical example is a system like an onboarding system. When you're in the early days, you might onboard clients manually, as in, once they've paid, you have a meeting with them. Through that meeting, you collect the information on a Word document, you type up the questions, you type out the answers, then you put that in a Google Drive, and you send them the link to the Google Drive after the meeting to tell them, hey, thank you, you've gone through the meeting, you made your notes. After you made your notes, you did a summary of the meeting, and then based on that summary of the meeting, you sent them an email to tell them, hey, welcome, so on and so forth, whatever the case may be. A way to increase capacity of delivery to be able to do that better would be to use a system that allowed you to, for example, collect the data as a form once they've paid. So someone's paid, you send them a receipt, you send them a welcome email, you ask them to fill out this onboarding form. That onboarding form collects the data, it analyzes the data on the system, and it sends them a summary document that it also uploads to a drive and gives them access to that drive. These things could be done with automation systems and AI to help you increase your capacity to deliver more. So what you would usually do that might take you an hour or two in total to kind of have that meeting, get that data, analyze that data, and send it off, you might do 3 clients in a day. Because of that, you can now use a system like Code Blue to do 3 clients in 3 minutes. Can you see what I mean by you are able to increase your capacity to do more, deliver better, and again, to be more accurate with the information you provide, which again increases customer experience that the customer is having or that your client is having. So that is an example of increasing the capacity within your business so that you can do more and get more for less. True business growth happens when your capacity increases in 3 main areas, and these 3 things underpin what we offer to our clients through our growth blueprint. So first, we have to increase our capacity to deliver. Whether you're outsourcing or hiring a team, if you want to go from 5 clients to 10 clients, you have to ensure that before you even do the marketing for more clients, you have at least a plan to deliver at the level you're trying to achieve. You can interview people, you can find freelancers, you can find white label companies, whatever the case may be, have things in place so that if you get more clients coming in, you are able to execute those things, put those plans in place to be able to deliver at the level you're trying to grow to. At one point last year, I wanted to double our revenue after kind of settling down after having our newborn. I hired a team of 3 extra people to help me cover delivery. They were going to help to increase the capacity and double our delivery rate, as well as take on some of the stuff I was dealing with at that time. This helped me to focus on more elements of our growth. And the truth is, I didn't even have the funds to pay them for more than 2 months. But I had to increase our capacity to deliver before I can go to this next stage. That is increasing the capacity to sell. This is where most of us struggle. Ironically, people want to go from 5 to 10 clients or 10 to 20 clients, but don't want to invest in the marketing to do so. Growth costs. You cannot grow your business without investing in it. We all know this, but people have a really hard time taking a risk in this area. Whether it's paid ads, email marketing, SEO, cold calling, whatever it might be, there needs to be an increase in your capacity to do marketing and sales to achieve the sales target you have for you to be able to have enough revenue to fund the real growth. And this needs to be where most of your effort goes. But remember, we're doing this off the back of the fact that we now have the capacity to deliver even more, or at least the plan. When I wanted to grow, I had to hire someone to focus on appointment setting for new clients, and they did a really good job. She was really aggressive with it for about 2 or 3 months. I had back-to-back sales calls week in, week out, because she was doing the work to increase our capacity to sell. Remember, we've already put things in place to increase our capacity to deliver. So now I could go ham, taking the phone calls, the sales calls, closing deals, which is what we did. We were able to double our revenue within 2-3 months. So all of a sudden, within 2 months, it was comfortable for us to be able to pay everybody who was doing delivery and marketing without any headache. So just to note, one of the great things that happened was because I increased the capacity to deliver, I could step away from delivery and focus more on sales, which is where most of us business owners need to be. The last thing we need to do is to increase our capacity to build. You need to build your operations in order to manage the level you're trying to grow to, in order to manage the growing capacity that you're trying to develop. As you're trying to increase your delivery, as you're trying to increase your sales, when more sales come in, you should invest money in making sure you're able to manage the team, manage the outsourcers, the freelancers, whoever you have in place, manage the finances better, manage the marketing better. There needs to be a lot more resources put into place to help you manage the capacity and the growth that you're trying to overall achieve. Someone needs to be there to constantly look at how you can increase your delivery and your capacity for sales at all times. This is how we grow consistently and grow steadily. We increase delivery so that we can manage more clients. We increase sales so that we can get more clients. And the revenue that comes in, we invest in increasing, in building the business more to increase both capacities again and again and again. It becomes like a little cycle whereby you increase your delivery more, you increase your sales more, you use the more money from the sales to build more of the business so you can increase your delivery more and increase your sales more. So it's like a dance that all 3 areas are doing to constantly help you to grow and achieve more. Increasing your capacity to build is key to making sure you have the revenue to invest in stability and sustainability. Monitoring how the business is doing allows you to see ahead of time the kind of issue that might arise that will cause you to fall flat and not grow successfully. This is why at the beginning of 2025, we ended up with a team of 16 from 3 in the middle of last year. And we also achieved 3 times more revenue than we had in our average month from 2024. And this is after scaling back in 2022 and 2023. And also why our sales projections for 2025 is upwards of multiple 6 figures, because now we realistically have the capacity to achieve it. The most important thing here for me though, is now I have the capacity as the entrepreneur to work on the business and not just in the business. And I know that that's a cliche thing that people say, but genuinely, I'm able to step out of the business to look at certain partnerships I can develop and certain opportunities I can use to grow the business further. But then when I need to, I can step into the business and focus on particular projects for particular clients where the need arises. Growing is about increasing capacity and having a system in place to continually increase. If you take anything from this video, let it be this: we have to invest in increasing our capacity in order to grow. That's our capacity to deliver, our capacity to sell, and our capacity to build. That's our growth blueprint.